Whew. I'm so glad this has landed into your experience because the stars have just signaled for this shift to take place, and it's not a shift that happens externally. This is a shift that has happened within you. Yes, it's a shift that has occurred within you, one that reality is soon to respond to, because Saturn has just joined Neptune in the sign of Aries, and they are now sitting in a conjunction. A conjunction are planetary bodies that were always supposed to come into this alignment. It's like a binary star energy. It was always going to they were always going to transverse each other's paths. And Neptune is about the dreams that you have. It's a collision between the dream that you want, and Saturn is the version of self that you are, and where there may be a dissonance or incongruency, where you're being called really to understand that your belief is not going to be made stronger through more belief, but instead it's going to be Saturn and Aries themes, which is self-doubt. Oh, it's going to be made stronger through the dark nights where you'll be forced to decide whether you will still stand true to your vision. Because for the next 2 years, right? This is a next 2-year journey that you're about to embark on, my love. You are going to be tested, but not to down, but instead to build you up and mature you into the version of self that is ready to be able to hold and anchor this dream into part of your everyday lived experience. But you must act before you feel ready. That is the theme that's happening right now in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and dive deep into, this conjunction, what it means, what is activating within you, how reality is going to be responding to the action that you're being called to take in order to anchor your future into the present moment. And the decisions that you do make in the present are going to be sending ripples through space-time. Your intention is kinetic energy. When supported with action, it creates velocity and momentum. You are building momentum towards your highest possible timelines, and that is going to be collapsing into your experience. Okay, I'm seeing this unified field of consciousness where you are the opportunity that's going to be collapsing. You are the person. I'm hearing you are the helping hand, but I'm seeing literally this, where you're being beckoned to come and safely learn more about what your life on earth could be. And I'm hearing the version of self in which you are already becoming. Super, super beautiful. So Saturn in Aries conjunct Neptune in this sign is all about a personal initiation. Yes, collectively there will be illusions unveiled. Yes, the curtains will be pulled back and the systems built on fog will be exposed during this time. But that's just background noise. The real conjunction is happening inside of you. So for the next 2 years, as Saturn and Neptune move together through Aries, you're entering a very specific initiation. This is the testing ground of your dreams. Neptune represents the vision you hold for your life, the image in your mind and your future self, and the vision of what could be. But Saturn represents the reality check, not to destroy the dream, but to ask, are you willing to become the person who can hold it? Aries changes everything. If this were happening in Pisces, it would be dissolving you, but this is happening in Aries, and Aries is about identity, willpower, instinct, self-definition. It's the saying of the I am. So the question becomes, who are you when the dream gets hard? Because Saturn and Aries will not let you fantasize about your potential, but it will force you to act. It will put you in situations where you will doubt yourself, you will feel exposed, and you'll question whether you're capable. You'll hit walls that will trigger this deep embedded insecurity, and Saturn and Aries will expose where you're not yet embodied. Neptune and Aries inflames this desire to become, and together they create this friction of whom it is that you imagine yourself to be and whom it is that you are right now. But that friction is sacred. This is where your self-belief becomes stronger than your doubt, because Neptune alone can make you feel limitless, while Saturn alone can make you feel limited. But together in Aries, they create something far more powerful, because it's a belief that survives disappointment, a dream that survives failure, and a self-concept that survives humiliation. Because Aries will push you to go fast, to take risks, to assert yourself, to leap before you feel fully ready, and Saturn will ensure that there are consequences, and not as punishment, but as an initiation. You will be tested in the exact area of your life where you say, this is whom I'm becoming. And when resistance hits, when the self-doubt comes and the dark night creeps in, that's where your belief becomes real. And it's not because it magically worked, but it's because you stayed. You stood true to your vision. This is the very initiation to the hero's journey. And if you feel like you're not ready to be beckoned and safely learn more about what your life on earth could be, and also the other souls that you're here to impact through standing true to your vision as you answer your soul's call for exploration, please take a seat. Others of you step forward because Saturn is going to come in and it's going to shatter the very illusions that Neptune creates for us. This can sound like the person who says things like, I need to be healed before I begin. And I'll do it one day, but not right now because I need to be confident before I take action. My certainty precedes my commitment. I need to know and be certain that it's gonna work before I commit myself to the journey. Well, Saturn's going to come in and it's going to break that illusion. It's going to say act first, and it's through action that you will mature into that version of self and reality will respond to it. This transit will come in and break the illusion that self-belief, it's just a feeling. Self-belief is a behavior. It's the continuation to stand true to your vision, even when self-doubt screams louder than it. That's what this is. It's the hero's journey. This is where you begin arranging your life around your mission. You begin arranging your life around why you are here. Otherwise, take a seat. This is ego death versus self-leadership, because some people will interpret the transit as, I must really dissolve my ego. And others will interpret it as, I must step into my power, because both are happening simultaneously. The ego that collapses is the false one, the identity built on validation, comparison, or fantasy that cannot survive during the Saturn and Aries transit, because the authentic self, the one forged through effort, discipline, humility, and courage, that one strengthens. You're not meant to transcend the selfhood entirely, but you are meant to refine it. What this transit looks like practically is over the next 2 years, you may experience things like sudden urges to pivot your life. There could be a bold new vision for yourself or a desire to lead rather than follow. There could be frustration when progress feels slow and moments of intense doubt that will creep in as massive bursts of motivation could follow. And this is where you'll be followed by these series of tests, because you may feel limitless one week but insecure the next. And that oscillation is the three-legged race. Neptune says that you can do it, and Saturn says, well, prove it. And Aries says, go. So the real awakening here is not about uncovering corruption or seeing through media illusions, but it's about seeing through your own self-deception. This is about where you've been pretending that you're powerless, where you've been waiting for permission or blaming circumstance, and also where you've been calling fear intuition. Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries dissolves the story that you were small, and it replaces it with responsibility. And that's heavier. The core theme is that this is not a soft transit, it's initiation by fire. Your belief will not deepen because everything flows easily. It will deepen because you walked through doubt and you didn't collapse. It will deepen because you chose to act before certainty, and because you stayed committed to the vision even when reality contradicted it. Neptune gives you the dream and Saturn gives you the resistance. Aries makes you choose who you are in the middle of both. For the next 2 years, the question isn't what is possible, but it's about who am I willing to become in order to make it real? So, my love, thank you for watching up until this point. We're actually going to do a breakdown of the 12 zodiacs and the archetypal systems of this matrix. So, you can start with your rising sign. That is the avatar in which you're playing. You can also tune into your sun sign if you want to know more about purpose and career and how that could impact you when it comes to the visibility of your soul's expression. The moon will tell you about the aspects that are happening in your own internal world, maybe your home life, what's happening behind the scenes. And then you can also look at other various placements depending on where that aspect in your chart. You may want to look at Venus, you may want to look at your Mars, but I highly recommend to start with your rising, then your sun, and you can follow up with your moon. There'll be timestamps available down below. If I don't leave them, then please someone comment them so I can pin them to the top. And yeah, well, let's get into it. Aries and Aries rising. This is about your identity. Who are you when the illusions are stripped away? Because over the next 2 years, you're going to be stripped back from any false confidence and true self-leadership will be handed to you. The dream isn't outside of you, but it's in whom it is that you're becoming. Your body, your presence, your will all be tested. And it's not ego destruction, but it's ego refinement. Taurus and Taurus risings. This is happening behind the scenes. Old identities are dissolving while hidden fears begin to surface. You may feel lost at times, but you're actually incubating. Your dreams are being rebuilt internally before they're reflected in the external realm. Surrender and discipline must coexist here. This is a spiritual restructuring. Gemini and Gemini risings, your future is under review. Friendships change, community shifts, and your future goals will feel tested. You're being asked the question, is this dream truly mine or something that I inherited? New alliances will appear, but only after you redefine your direction. Cancer and Cancer risings. This is impacting your career, reputation, and your public identity. Your dreams will be tested and could leave you feeling exposed professionally. But this is about integrity, because if your public path is not aligned with your deeper calling and vision, it simply will not hold. This is leadership forged through pressure. Leo and Leo risings, your belief systems are evolving. What you once thought was true may be dissolving, while what you once believed may now feel small. This is a philosophical dark night, followed by a stronger, self-defined faith. You're not meant to follow doctrine anymore. You're meant to embody truth. Virgo and Virgo risings, shared resources, intimacy, and your relationship with power will all be core themes for you right now, as your trust will be tested. Financial and emotional entanglements may require restructuring. This is about confronting your fear of loss and realizing that you survive it. Transformation is not just theoretical anymore, it's lived. Libra and Libra risings, relationships are the arena for you for the next 2 years. The dream partnership may be tested. This isn't about you choosing people based off of fantasy, but instead self-respect. Some connections will strengthen while others dissolve, because this is about mature love and not idealized love. Scorpio and Scorpio risings, your habits, routines, and daily life are all under pressure right now, leaving you feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. But this is about building a life that supports your vision. Your discipline must match your dreams, because for you, this is all about embodiment. Sagittarius and Sagittarius risings. Creativity, romance, and self-expression are all going to be core themes in your life right now. Who you dream yourself to be creatively will be tested. You could doubt your talent and even question your passion. But if you choose to show up and create anyway, your confidence becomes so real. For you, this is courage through expression. Capricorn and Capricorn risings. Home, family, foundations, and emotional security are going to be core themes for you over the next 2 years. Old family structures or your own internal emotional patterns may be dissolving as you're rebuilding from the roots. This is about emotional maturity as well as defining safety for yourself. The dream must feel safe within your body. Aquarius and Aquarius risings, your mindset is evolving and the way that you speak to the world may be tested, as you could experience self-doubt intensely. But this is about disciplined thinking and courageous communication, because your voice is being forged. Pisces and Pisces rising. Self-worth, value, and money are going to be core themes in your life over the next 2 years. This is where you're being asked to align your income with your identity. Where have you undervalued yourself or your natural talents? Because that's where the dream is asking to become tangible, and worth is going to be built through action, not imagination. Thank you so much for watching up until this point. This is definitely going to be a continuation when it comes to the main plot of your life over the next 2 years. So I definitely encourage you to take a look at where that's being aspected in your chart specifically. I've just given you a brief overview right now. But yes, let me know if you enjoyed this message. Let me know if you want to see more of the breakdowns and where they're aspected in your chart specifically. But it was such a pleasure. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing, because we'd love to have you around. Congratulations on this new journey that you're embarking on. Personal reading details are also down below. We have the last window that's going to be opening up until about March 4th or 5th, and I'm going to be closing them down for a couple months as I work on a project behind the scenes. You also have Otter Spirit bracelets, 2 discount codes in the description box down below if you guys are interested. 1/3 of the proceeds are donated towards otter sanctuaries. You can see the Otter Spirit symbol right there. So definitely check them out. It's small family owned business that handcraft these beautiful 888 grade gemstones. And until next time, let me know, where's this aspecting you? Let me know what your rising, sun, moon is, and where you already feel this. I'm hearing propelling in your life, where you feel like you're being propelled towards. You would have had a preview over 2025 of this summer of this aspect, and now it's dancing back around. I'm seeing the will-o'-the-wisp energy. Maybe I'm going to read it before we go, especially if you've made it to this point. Will-o'-the-wisp basically talks about you've received this invitation, and although you were curious, you had not accepted it. But the time has come back around for you to dance to this new tempo, this new rhythm in your life. Let me go ahead and see if I can find it real quick. Maybe we'll, let me see. Here we go. Will-o'-the-wisp. This is the card I was seeing in my mind's eye, so apparently it's not time to go just yet. 62. Let me go ahead and read 62 for you. And do have some justice. 62. Treasures hidden in the shadows, the great mystery and the epiphany. Will-o'-the-wisp hovers in her luminescent glory above the twilight moors of your life, whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery, and into the unknown. That's Neptune energy. So on point. You have been visited by her before, but though intrigued, you refused her invitation. It would be safer you decided to remain on the journey that you know. While you always have a choice whether to follow her or not, you never know when you might encounter her again. In this sense, turning away has its own consequences. Why is the known so appealing? It's only when you wake up to its restrictions, its soft prison or golden cage, that you realize there must be more. Will-o'-the-wisp has come to you once again to offer you magic, but you will have to sacrifice certainty in the pursuit of adventure, and your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery, your well-trodden path for the detours that may very well lead you astray, or will they? Can you accept that losing yourself will bring you closer to your true self? The profound shift of an epiphany can occur only when you risk the detour and enter the unknown. Now is the time to trust higher forces to lead you into this place. These worlds hidden at the threshold between what was and what can be. Here is where you will learn about your own unmaking and unmask yourself. Love what you discover, dark or light, and see it as divine, and find a quiet thrumming power waiting for you to channel it into the world for good. The treasure you find filled with wealth and love and kindness, true prosperity, is right to share with others. She's here for you now, but will you accept her invitation? A great bounty of goodness awaits you. That's so interesting, because when I was doing your reading, I got a text message, and it says, did you know that you're now eligible for an upgrade? So that's what I'm seeing. Like, did you know that you're now eligible for an upgrade? And we talk about upgrading and up leveling. It's something that you don't have a point of reference for. You've never experienced anything quite like this before, and you've never experienced this version of self in which you're anchoring into this gameplay experience, and that's going to look different, and reality is also going to be responding to that. So let me know, where are these seeds being planted? Do you feel like you're in this kind of pressure cooker right now, and that you're leaning into, I'm hearing, the edge of a new discovery of what your life on earth may look like, and this is just the early pages in the chapter of the book that is the story of your life. So yeah, I love you guys so much. I'm gonna go though, because I've been doing this for a minute, and until next time, bye.